Hey, this is JR from Love and Death, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, I'm bringing you another awesome interview, and today I have from Brian Head Welch's Love and Death, the guitarist, JR. JR, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Glad to have you on the show, and gotta say, like your guys' music from Love and Death. I think it's a fresh breath air of music, as I should say.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I tell you what, you guys got several things going on right now. You guys are getting ready to do the Shiprock tour that's coming up on the 26th of January. Let's talk about that a little bit, man. There's going to be a lot of good bands on this tour.
Yeah, it's a cruise that actually goes to the Bahamas, and they have bands playing like every day, and we'll be on it. And I know the band Five Finger Death Punch, and In This Moment, Mark Tremonti from Creed. He's going to be on there with his band, and a bunch of other bands, too. It's going to be a really good time. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you got the boys from my home state, Blackstone Cherry. They're going to be on there.
Yeah. We're pretty good friends with them, so that'll be really cool, too.
Yeah, I'm looking at the site right now. There's a ton of them that's on here. Papa Roach, 3 Days Grace, Seven Dust, Candlebox, like you said, In This Moment. They've got the Halo Method, Living Color. I would love to see Living Color in concert. Non-Point's going to be there, Art of Dying, Young Guns, Scorpion Child, Butcher Babies. Butcher Babies are pretty cool. I mean, like I said, that you guys got a lot of things going on, and it's really cool that you guys are going to be doing this Shiprock cruise, actually. It's just crazy that you've got all these bands on one cruise liner going all over the place.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. It's cool whoever came up with it. It's really sweet.
Let's talk about, now you're the youngest one in the band for Love and Death, and I'm not going to knock JR because he's a young one, but he's pretty young and he got into the band at a young age. They loved your guitar playing, so let's talk about some of your influences, man, coming up and what really got you into playing guitar.
Yeah, well, I grew up around music all my life. I mean, my dad was a drummer, so I was always around it, always listening to it, and that's just kind of, how I fell in love with it. I mean, my dad listened to all the old, 80s stuff. I mean, Van Halen, Def Leppard, just all those kind of bands. And so, those are all pretty big influences to me because that's all I listened to,
Right.
And then I started playing guitar when I was 11, and I think one of the biggest influences probably they were a newer band, but they didn't get really big, but I knew them. But they're called Pillar, and their guitar player Noah, he wrote some awesome guitar stuff, and that's really what made me fall in love with guitar and that's what made me want to play. And so, I would always listen to their songs and learn them and play them. And so, that was one of the biggest influences to me.
What was your reaction, man, when they told you that you was actually joining Love and Death?
It was crazy because I think the last band or, person to be in a band with that I expected to be with was, Brian. Mm-hmm. And, I was trying out for a different band on YouTube when it all happened, and, it was kind of like a blind side, because trying out for this one band, and then out of nowhere, had got in contact with me and was like, hey, we like your video, want you in the band, so it was really cool, man. It's been great so far.
With the new album that you guys have out from Love and Death, let's talk about how you guys, do you guys all contribute to the writing process, or how do you guys work that out?
Yeah. What the biggest challenge we had was that we all live in different places. Like myself and the drummer live out in Arizona, and Brian, he's been, at the time when we were writing the album, he was in Nashville, and so was our bass player. So we were kind of split up, So what we did, wherever Brian and Val were in Nashville, they would write, and myself and Dan would write as well. And, I would always just come up with stuff and then email it, to the guys. So that's kind of how we started the writing process, just by email, kind of sending ideas to each other. And then once we really got most of the ideas on the table, then Dan and we flew out to Nashville to actually record with everyone. So, and then even then, when we went to record, you know, we came up with stuff and changed some stuff that we thought we were going to do, but we came up with something better, you know.
JR, do you think that the digital age now is a lot better for recording-wise now, or do you think the digital age has hurt music-wise?
Yeah, I think both, actually. You know, I mean, it's great for, you know, getting your name out there and getting it to the masses. Like, it's awesome, and, you know, and keeping in touch with your fans and everything too. But, you know, the downside is, you know, people don't really like to buy music. Like, not saying everyone, but there's a lot of people out there that don't like to buy music.
Right.
And will just go and just download it, you know, somewhere. So that's the only negative side to it, you know, because, yeah, there's a lot of money that goes into, you know, getting an album made and recorded and, you know, out to everyone. So, you know, when people go and download it, you know, we don't really get anything back from it. You know, so, yeah, so that's the only downside to it, but, you know, other than that, it's great as far as, you know, promoting the band and, again, you know, keeping in touch with people that like your band and stuff and connecting with people.
You guys have Meltdown out right now for video. What's some of your favorite songs to play live off the album?
Well, you know, Meltdown actually is my favorite to play. You know, I like playing I Wait For You as well. That's a really good one when we play live. You know, one of the fun ones is probably Whip It,
yes.
Our cover of Devo's Whip It.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's funny because people's faces when we'll play it, like, you know, they don't know the song at first, but then they hear the lyrics and they're like, I know that song. So that's pretty fun, too, and it just gets the crowd going and excited. So
I really like your guys' cover, Whip It, because I was the same way. I bought the CD off of iTunes and was listening to it, you know, just going through it and listening. It was Whip It, and I was like, whoa, it's a total different version of Whip It, but it's awesome.
Yeah, we rocked it out for sure.
What can fans expect at a Love and Death concert from you guys?
Well, they can expect a ton of, like, headbanging and just energy from us on the stage, and probably a lot of mosh pits.
You guys did a lot of touring last year for 2013. What would you say, I'm going to go the festival route here, what would you say your best festival place was that you played?
Well, you know, most of the festivals we played were in Europe in the summer, which is awesome because the Europe festivals are amazing. So I think my favorite one, and probably the best one that we had, was at a place called Rock am Ring in Germany.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest festivals they have out there, but you know, it was just cool to me personally because, you know, even before I was in a band or anything, like, I'd watch videos of bands playing there, and there's so many people, you know, like, it's just like a sea of people, can't even see the end of it, and I was like, man, it's so awesome, you know, and then to be able to go and see it, you know, in person and get to play, it's kind of like a dream come true, you know. I was like, wow, this is great. So yeah, definitely was awesome.
I've seen a lot of shows like the Rock AM, like you're talking about, and plus they've got several other huge festivals over there, like Download and stuff like that. And it just amazes me that you could have a lesser-known band come on stage, and the fans are singing word by word of that song that they're singing. And it jives, it just blows my mind that, I mean, these fans are passionate over there, man. I mean, it's a lot different culture over there than here. As to say, for music-wise, for fans.
Yeah, you know, over here it's kind of turned into, you know, like, you know, Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus, stuff like that, you know. But, you know, over there, like, rock is still huge, which is really cool, you know. And so we love going over there because, you know, we don't get to go there all the time. But when we do, we make it worth it, and we get to just, you know, meet tons of fans that we have over there. And again, like you're saying, they're so passionate too, you know, and they know like all the words and everything. So it's really, you know, it's really a humbling thing too. It's really cool.
Okay, what's your reaction to the fans sing along to your music the first time you heard it on stage?
You know, I think I probably had to like turn around and just kind of make like a child face or something, like just kind of like scream because, you know, that's every artist's, you know, dream, you know, to be on stage playing and like people know your lyrics and you're singing along. And it's so cool too, you know, when you listen to just a bunch of people singing at once your lyrics, it just sounds cool too. And so yeah, I was blown away the first time that I heard people singing our lyrics. You know, it was just, again, you know, a dream come true, definitely.
How do you guys want the fans to remember you when they leave that show?
You know, I would want them to remember us as probably one of the most energetic, you know, bands on a stage, because that's my goal, you know, not to just stand there when I play, but, you know, kind of just, you know, move around and, you know, feel the music, you know, and just have a lot of energy. So, and I think I'd also want them to remember us as, you know, one thing we make a point of is getting to meet our fans and getting to talk with them and sign their stuff and whatever, you know. So, yeah, I want them to remember us as, you know, being really nice too and just connecting with them.
And also, too, seeing Brian up there headbanging and his dreads going all over the place. Watch out for that eye out.
Yeah, they've gotten even longer now. It's like I'm on my own side of the stage, but like he swings his head and they almost hit me. I'm like, man, those things are long.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who is playing guitar but's really frustrated just starting out? What advice would you give them?
That's actually something I faced too when I started playing. You know, I was frustrated because I didn't really know where to start, you know. I was just kind of like, okay, I have a guitar. I don't know how to tune it. That probably is the first step, but but like, what do I do after that, you know? And yeah, first thing is probably get a tuner, because that'll really save you a lot of anger. Because if you're trying to play something and your guitar's not in tune, you can be like, well, I'm not playing it right. But you could be playing it right, and it's just out of tune, you know? So yeah, get a tuner, and, you know, honestly, the first thing I would do is just learn songs that you like, you know. That's how I went about it, you know. Songs that I really enjoyed listening to, I learned, you know. I just started learning and figuring out, and there's a lot of websites too you can look at that have like tabs and stuff for guitar, so in case you get stuck and whatnot. So yeah.
Even YouTube's got it now. I mean, you can go and learn your favorite song right there on YouTube step by step.
Yeah, yep, you can do that too, you know. There's a lot of tutorials, and if you're a visual learner too, you know, also, you know, maybe other people have done covers, and you can watch and see how they did it, and just kind of feed off of that too.
JR, what do you think that Love and Death brings to the table for music?
You know, that's a really good question, because, I mean, there's a lot of people who think we bring a lot, and then there's also, you know, a lot of people who think we're just like a Korn ripoff. But, you know, I think we bring, you know, this energy, you know, again, like I said, energy, and, you know, one goal we have with our music is, you know, is to relate to the listener as far as lyrics go, and, you know, we like to talk about struggles that we all face in life, you know, but ultimately we like to talk about hope too, you know, getting through those things. And so I think one thing we bring to the table is just hope too, you know, and really helping people out there in the world who really are looking for something, you know, to help them. And so, yeah.
You know, you mentioned something about, you know, people saying a Korn ripoff and all that. It really drives me crazy that there's so many judgmental people out there that want to bash a band and bring people down because of it. You know, to me, it's just like, well, look, they're doing what they like. If you don't like it, then don't listen. Plain and simple. These guys,
exactly.
These guys are doing what they love, and their music's good, and it's just plain and simple.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, we have one of the guys from Korn, you know, so of course it's gonna a little sound like him, but, you know, that's just, I mean, we're not ripping him off, we just got the guy from the band.
Right. Exactly.
So,
are there any new bands that you're listening to right now that you want to throw out there possibly to some of the fans?
Yeah, you know, there's a band that I always tell people to listen to, but they actually kind of, I guess, went on a hiatus last year, but they're called Sent by Ravens, and I think they deserve more credit than, you know, they've been given. They're really talented, and their music is just amazing. I would encourage to check them out. Also, there's another band I know it's kind of like that math rock kind of stuff, really technical stuff. But it's a band called Periphery.
Yeah.
And man, they are incredibly talented musicians. Like, I think like 90% of the stuff they play, I could never like understand first of all, and maybe I could play it, but I don't know. It's some pretty crazy stuff. So
I've actually heard of Periphery. They got some crazy stuff out, that's for sure.
yeah, totally. Probably blow your mind.
One last question I got here for you. Well, actually, it's about you. Actually, you are going to be playing guitar for the band Spoken on their upcoming tour. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've actually known Spoken for a couple of years now. We did a tour with them a couple of years ago, and kept in contact and stuff. And their guitar player that they had, I don't know the reason why he had to leave, but he did. And so they've been having guys that they know come and play with them for a while, and it worked out perfectly because Brian's doing stuff with Korn right now for a couple months until around April or May. And so we'll pretty much be off till April or May, Love and Death. So, it's kind of the perfect opportunity to, go play with some other bands too, and kind of, branch out.
Yeah, definitely.
And, as a musician, grow and learn some new stuff too. So, and what's cool, the places we're going, that Spoken's playing at is, a lot of places that Love and Death actually hasn't been to in a long time. So what's cool, there's a lot of fans that are going to come and, support Spoken, but also come, to see me play with them and, get to hang out and meet those fans too. So it's going to be really cool. It'll be really fun.
One last question I got for you, JR. What does it mean to you when a fan comes up and says, your music Love and Death's music has tremendously helped me out. It's pulled me through dark spots. What does that mean to you as a musician? Well,
that's the reason why I do what I do, and that's the main reason that we all do what we do in this band. And, just to hear that, that's like saying, I got 100% on a test, like I did everything right, and, again, like hearing that, it's a blessing too, because, you get a lot of negative comments from people too, and, so just to hear that, that it is helping people and whatnot, that was the main goal. And just to know that we achieved that, and more, it's just an amazing feeling, and I feel very blessed to be in the spot that I'm in and to be able to help the people that I get to help,
JR, I actually love your music, Love and Death. It's really good stuff. I got to say, Whip It is one of my favorite ones that's on there, but Paralyze is another good one. But the whole CD is really good, and thank you guys for your music. And I wanted to see, before I let you go, how can people get a hold of you guys and say, we love your music, buy your merch? How can they do that?
We have Facebook and Twitter, both just Love and Death. And, we're on there pretty much a lot. We like to, talk to our fans and connect with them and, really just get to say hello, and also, if you want to buy some merch, you can just hit up our website. It's loveanddeathmusic.com, and just click the link on there for merch, and it'll come right up. And, again, we're so thankful for our fans that support us, and we're really excited for the future.
Before I let you go, JR, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, this is JR from Love and Death, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
There you go. Thanks, JR.
Yeah, finally I got it.
Everybody, stick around. We got some music coming up from Love and Death, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thanks, JR.
Yeah, thanks for having me.